Hello everybody, Tommyruin here, and yesterday I woke up to a lot of new information about the new season which is coming out very soon. And it's going to come with a lot of systems that I've actually known about for quite a while now, but haven't been able to say anything. And yeah, they're looking really good. The draft mode looks really cool. Iron Man mode obviously is going to be right up my street. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream it. But it definitely will be easier than what I've been trying so far because there doesn't seem to be any gear limit. So that will be good. And yeah, all of this stuff looks good, but I'm not excited. I was excited, and then I found out the release date. And Naxxramas was scheduled to release a few weeks ago. I'll try to find the post. It was announced to be releasing on the 15th, so that is last Monday, and it's being released on the 27th, so that is Saturday at 6 p.m. server time. Now Nax has been pushed back for many months. I think on the original timeline it was meant to come out last December, so it's already pushed back 8 months. And now when it was meant to be released and be the main thing, it is now being overshadowed by a season which nobody was expecting. You're lying if you thought that there was going to be a season this week, because they just merged Elune and Shadow Song. What's the point in merging them now if you're just going to end the season in the next few days? It doesn't make sense to me. I guess they were doing it because they knew the end was coming and they didn't want to do it over the same time period. But what they've done now is create a weekend of hell for themselves, basically, because they've got to release Nax, they've got to release a new season, they've got to transfer characters from from Season 3 over to Legacy. They've got a lot of shit to do, and they've put themselves in such a bad position because they've got to do it all at the same time. And everyone's going to be expecting the highest quality, as always, and they're going to stretch themselves too thin. I mean, we've already seen that now, before any of this has even happened, because there was meant to be a testing patch for Naxxramas and the balance changes that were coming out on Legacy, and they've just said, we're not actually going to do a balance patch. We can't do it. We haven't got enough time. We're focusing on Season 4 stuff. When really, Season 3 had a few weeks life left in it. I don't know why it has to be now. We haven't even got to the end of the content. AQ never came out. Give it a few weeks, release AQ, and then release Season 4. Why load your biggest things on the same weekend and spread your resources thin so that you can't actually manage what you've put yourselves in the position for? It just doesn't make sense, and I feel like it's a real big slap in the face for all the people who play Legacy, who have been playing Ascension basically since the beginning. A lot of these players have been playing since the beta and since the launch, and bought into the original idea of what Project Ascension was, which is where you can create your own class. And I agree, seasonal's fun, but for me, it's not the real Ascension. Ascension is where you can build your own character, choose all your abilities, and do all the things that you want on your character without some kind of overarching system that decides what you're going to get rather than you. And one of the main reasons I actually played Season was so that I had characters ready for Legacy, and I was really looking forward to the season ending and sending my characters over to Legacy and playing on them there and making their builds work like as best as they could be and min-max the characters as much as possible. And now I feel like I don't have the opportunity to do that. I feel like that's been taken away, because when this new season launches, that's where all the stuff is going to be, where all the resources are going to be put. All of the development time is going to be put into fixing Season 4. And I feel like for the players who have been playing on Legacy for a while and don't even touch the seasons, they've just been waiting and waiting for Nax for months. They've been waiting for updates, waiting for this balance patch, and now it's coming, and they're just being put back down the pecking order again because they've announced a new season, when really they didn't need to do that yet. They've already set themselves a time limit on this season by releasing it before Classic. There's basically going to be 4 weeks, and then the population will drop. It will take a significant hit when Classic comes out. And like, I'm saying that as a person who's not going to be playing Classic, but I know, looking at what happened when 8.2 came out for BFA and the massive hype there is for Classic, there's going to be a big drop in people playing, because there was a massive drop in people playing when 8.2 launched. So those who are arguing and saying that that's not going to happen, just look historically at what happens. It was the same when I think Season 2 launched. They released it at the same time as BFA. One of the seasons launched at the same time as BFA, and it just didn't have any impact. And all the players were doing BFA, which is fair enough because it's a new game. So I think it's really odd timing, and I feel like they're just trying to kind of milk the Season 3 hype. There's been not very much, or no, I've seen no advertising for Season 4 yet. And I would, like, just the other day I was doing some stuff with that Sky person for Season 3. And now Season 3 just seems to be being killed off, despite not reaching the full cycle of content and the merge just happening. And I understand that the season population was dwindling, but because of the merge, now everyone's on one server. There's actually quite a few people playing. And in the recent weeks, I think it was since I made that video on why I think the server population is declining, the population actually did increase. I noticed an increase in people playing, and I have suggested many things to the development team to keep people interested. And I just don't think a new season is it. It's going to have exactly the same impact. People are going to come and play for a month or 2 months, but they're not going to have the lasting kind of, it's not going to have the staying around power that the team wants, because it's just doing the same content again and again and again. And there's only so many times that you can do Zul'Gurub and Molten Core and be happy whilst doing it. I'm completely burnt out on that content, and I was so excited to jump into Nax and look forward to some new engaging fights and a new balance patch and all of that good stuff, which was supposedly going to be kind of the priority at the time, and now it's not. Now it feels like it's kind of an annoyance that it's happening at the same time, and I feel like now, because they are prioritizing the season over this patch, they feel like they wish they never did it. And now I've seen some comments about how legacy players are kind of what they're trying to get away from, and they don't want legacy to be the thing. How legacy's hurting growth and whatnot. And I feel like that's insulting, because it's the core player base and the most knowledgeable player base, and these guys have been so loyal and waiting for the game to update and release Naxxramas. So putting all of the content release on the space of like 48 hours, there's going to be crazy issues, and it's going to ruin like most of the content for everyone. There's not going to be enough development space to kind of go around and fix every issue with everyone, because it's just not possible. You've got 3 massive things happening, and yeah, it's just kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, because I feel like for these legacy players who have been playing here for 3 or 4 years now, they're just being forgotten again. And I know a lot of you are excited for the season, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine. But a lot of people haven't played apart from on the season, and they don't really understand that Ascension isn't just seasons. It's becoming that way, but it is now like just seasons. And there's been very little updates. This is the first major thing that's happened in a whole year on Legacy Realms. Nothing has happened really in that time. So it's kind of sad that it's being overshadowed by the release of a new season the day before, which has already taken development time away from what should have been the Legacy Realms kind of moment in the sun, even for a week. like even for just a week, to focus on Nax and make sure it's working okay, and then release the new season. Like, was that too much to ask? Why now? Why do this to the server? Like, why do this to yourselves, in the fact that you're going to be putting yourselves under so much stress and potentially causing more people to leave because you can't keep up with the problems that are going to be caused. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. I'm probably not going to be making a few videos on Season 4 for a while. I am actually going to be focusing on Nax for now. I've been looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to moving my characters over. I am excited about Season 4 stuff, but like I said, I'm just burnt out with the leveling and the constantly doing the same things again and again and again. And I know that's right up some people's streets, but for me, I'm not really looking for that right now. I was hoping for a break, at least a month, to kind of enjoy some endgame stuff, play at the highest level, and then go back to pissing around on seasonals. But that doesn't seem to be the case, and I know my channel's going to take a hit because of it, because that's where all the content's going to be. But I just don't care. I'm not going to make videos on something that I don't want to do right now, so I'm going to wait until I feel like I want to step into Season 4 content. I don't think it's the right time to release the season. But yeah, that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think, and I know a lot of you will disagree, and that's fine. I really don't mind if you disagree. That's just my opinion, coming from playing Legacy and having an active part in a Legacy community, and kind of wanting the best for them because they don't get much in terms of updates. So thanks very much for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Is it you?